If you're retiring with both a pension and a couple $1,000,000 saved, most of the retirement advice you're hearing wasn't built for your situation. A pension fundamentally changes the calculus around how much risk you need to take, how taxes show up throughout retirement, and how confidently you can actually spend your money. I'm Josh Maly with MDRN Capital, and in today's video, I'm walking through an all too familiar scenario with a couple who we'll call Jack and Jill. They're retiring in 2 years, and I'll show you exactly how their pension and investment portfolio work together, and more importantly, what gets missed when these pieces are planned separately. This is the stuff that makes the difference between just getting by and actually living the retirement you've earned. Chapter 1, meet Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill are both turning 62 this year with plans to retire at 64. They've got 3 kids, 5 grandkids, and they're serious about 2 things: travel and charitable giving, especially supporting an at-risk youth ministry through their church. Financially, they've done a lot right. Jack currently earns $200,000. Jill earns $60,000 working part-time, and Jack's been maxing out his 401k, including that super catch-up contribution available for between ages 60 and 63. For 2026, that adds up to $35,750. Their core living expenses run about $10,000 a month. They're planning to ramp up travel once they retire, budgeting an extra $30,000 a year for 15 years, and they're currently giving $2,000 a month to charity. Their home in Southern California is worth about $1.2 million with a small mortgage balance of $37,000 at 2.9% fixed that'll be paid off in 18 months. That's while they're still working. That'll free up an additional cash flow that at first glance, this looks solid. They'll have Social Security, a pension, and they've saved aggressively. But the real question isn't, can we retire? It's, how do we coordinate all of this so we can actually live the retirement we want without constantly second-guessing ourselves? Chapter 2, the pension is your anchor. One of the first pension decisions to evaluate is whether to take a lump sum or lifetime income stream, if both options are offered. Every pension is different and the specific numbers matter tremendously. When you take a lump sum, you're taking control. You own the asset and you decide how it's invested and you take on the market risk. You also keep the ability to pass it on to heirs. That can be appealing if you believe in long-term investment returns or value that flexibility. When you take the monthly income stream, you're doing something different. You're transferring longevity and investment risk to the pension provider. You give up flexibility and typically the ability to pass the benefit beyond your spouse, but you get a paycheck that shows up every month for as long as you live, even if markets tank or you live to 100. Let me show you the framework we use. In this hypothetical example, the pension gives you 3 options: a $500,000 lump sum, $4,000 per month with no survivor benefit, or $3,500 per month with a full survivor benefit. We focus on the survivor option because the lump sum already has built-in survivor features. Here's the key question. If you take that $500,000 lump sum, roll it into your IRA and invest it, then start paying yourself that same $3,500 per month, what rate of return do you need to make it last to age 95? The answer is about 7.5% per year. That's your hurdle rate. Doesn't mean you'll earn that. It means if you earn less, the lump sum runs out before the pension income would have. If you earn more, the lump sum wins. Now let's add reality. If you believe you can earn about 6% over time at that rate, the lump sum runs out around age 86. The pension income keeps paying you no matter how long you live. The takeaway isn't that one option always. Now let's add reality. If you believe you can earn about 6% over time, at that rate, the lump sum runs out around 86. The pension income keeps paying no matter how long you live. The takeaway isn't that one option is always better, it's this. If you don't believe that you can realistically earn at least that hurdle rate after accounting for risk, taxes, and volatility, the income stream starts looking very attractive. If you do believe you can beat it and you value control and legacy, the lump sum may make more sense. This is why pension decisions are never only preference or math. They're both. For Jack, his pension clearly favored the income stream. His lifetime benefit is $5,000 per month with full survivor protection for Jill. Chapter 3, the first year pressure point. In Jack and Jill's first year of retirement at 64, they're living entirely off their investment portfolio to bridge the gap until the pension starts at age 65. No Social Security yet either, and they're covering private medical insurance during this gap year. This is the highest pressure year in the entire plan. At retirement, their projected portfolio value is about $2.3 million. Early withdrawals are estimated at $175,000 per year, or over $15,000 per month, which equals a 7.6% withdrawal rate. On paper, that number alone might make you uncomfortable, but context matters. Those higher withdrawals are temporary. In year 2 at age 65, Jack's pension begins. That's $5,000 per month immediately reduces the burden on that portfolio. 2 years after that, Jill starts Social Security at her full retirement age of 67. Then a few years later, Jack starts his benefit at age 70. This isn't a single retirement income decision, it's stages. Portfolio withdrawals are higher early on, but once the pension and both Social Security benefits are fully in place, the projected withdrawal rate drops closer to 4.4% and continues to decline over time. This aligns with what we call the retirement smile, where spending is higher early and naturally tapers later. This is why we don't evaluate retirement risk by a single withdrawal rate in isolation. We evaluate how income sources phase in and how the plan adapts over time. Chapter 4, Dynamic Guardrails prevent overspending and underspending. To manage this intentionally, we use dynamic risk-based guardrails that help prevent the two biggest retirement mistakes: overspending when markets are weak, especially if that downturn hits early without a system in place, and underspending when you really could be enjoying more. We start with a target spending level, then set upper and lower thresholds that trigger adjustments only when truly needed. For Jack and Jill, the projected portfolio at retirement is $2.35 million. If the portfolio grows to $2.86 million, that's the upper guardrail. It signals they can increase spending by $2,600 a month without jeopardizing the plan. Things are going well, so they can spend more if they choose. If the portfolio falls to $1.69 million, that's the lower guardrail. It signals they need to tighten their belts by $600 per month. These are meaningful checkpoints that create structure and confidence. Let's stress test this through the 2008 global financial crisis. During the 2008 downturn, the S&P 500 dropped 37%. In that scenario, this downturn would have pushed their portfolio to the lower guardrail, requiring spending to come down about $1,500 per month below the planned capacity. That's uncomfortable, but it's manageable, especially with a pension covering core needs. As markets recovered, the plan adjusted in the other direction. By 2013, their income would have increased about $1,600 per month above the original plan. This is what flexibility looks like. Chapter 5, the hidden pension problem nobody talks about. Jack's $5,000 monthly pension is a fantastic boost. It gives them reliable income that's not dependent on the stock market. That's comforting for covering basic expenses. But his pension, like many, is a fixed amount with no cost of living adjustment to help keep up with inflation. Let's see why this matters. Comparing his fixed $5,000 per month to a pension with 3% annual cost of living adjustment, the difference is dramatic over time. By age 89, 24 years down the road, that income stream with a 3% inflation boost is double Jack's $5,000 pension. The inverse means Jack's pension would have half its spending power. You can buy half the groceries, half a tank of gas. 2 takeaways. First, you need to know if your pension has the cost of living adjustment and how it works. Second, especially if it stays fixed like Jack's, the role your investments will need to help fill the gaps in later years when inflation starts eating into that pension's purchasing power. Chapter 6, how investing changes with a pension. Stocks and growth assets are better suited to outpace inflation over the long term. A pension serving as that foundational level of stable income allows you to more freely invest toward growth for that long term. Then consider what we call the war chest of conservative assets like cash or high quality bonds to meet near and intermediate term needs. For this couple, that means the war chest aligns with higher withdrawal rates in the early years in case stocks hit a downturn early in retirement. As portfolio withdrawal rates decrease, that war chest level can decrease over time while still factoring in potential big ticket expenses like emergencies or a new car or a home remodel. When you step back, the real takeaway is this. The pension and the investment portfolio each do something the other can't. When you step back, the real takeaway is this. The pension and the investment portfolio each do something the other can't. The pension provides stability. The portfolio provides flexibility, inflation protection, and tax planning opportunities. When these pieces are coordinated intentionally, you maximize what you've worked hard to build to meet your spending needs, including those priorities that actually matter to you so you can live the retirement you really want. If you're looking for personalized planning that aligns your income sources, investments, and tax strategy, you can reach out to me and our team by clicking the link below to schedule a brief introduction.